Today we are going to see Clapeyron's equation of three moments, or it is called as theorem of three moment equation, or simply Clapeyron's equations. For a continuous beam, or to solve the continuous beam, let it be subjected to any type of loading. To determine the support moments and to plot the shear force and bending moment diagram for a continuous beam, this Clapeyron's method is very, very important. Okay, so here, as I told you, continuous beam means a beam having more than two supports. Okay, so for example, let us consider beam having a number of supports, or having supports from A to Z, for example. So in between, we made a break here. You can see the left end and the right end. So we made a break such a way that we're having three supports at B, C, D, or two spans, BC and CD. Okay, BC length L1 and CD length is L2. Okay, so as this BCD or the intermediate supports, it will be subjected to support moments MB, MC, MD. Okay, MB, MC, MD. We know that the support moments in the bending moment diagram, you see this is the bending moment diagram for the support moments, okay, and this is the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads, that is for UDL. So we know from solid mechanics, if you consider this BC as individual simply supported beam, for UDL, the nature of the bending moment diagram is a parabola, so this is the parabola. And for CD, this is the parabola. Okay, nature of the bending moment diagram for UDL is a parabola. We consider a small strip here, okay, of thickness dx. Okay, in that small segment, mx is the bending moment we are considering at a distance x from B point, from the left end B. Okay, and this x1 bar is the CG distance of this bending moment diagram on span BC from B. Okay, this x1 bar is the CG distance of this area of the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads on span BC, that is span 1. Okay, now this is MB, MC, MD, or shown the vertical line. So we are getting this is the bending moment diagram due to support moments. Similarly, here at the same location from the left end B at a distance x, dx is the small strip we are considering, and mx dash is the bending moment at a distance x from left end B. So this is the bending moment diagram due to support moments, and the x1 bar dash is the CG distance of this area on span 1. Okay, x1 bar dash is the CG distance of the area of this bending moment diagram on span BC or span 1. Now these two diagrams, bending moment diagrams, are clubbed together here or superimposed. You can see here this is the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads. I can call it as a mu diagram, and this is the bending moment diagram due to support moments. I can call it as a mu dash diagram. So the entire diagram I can call it as a resultant bending moment diagram. Now we are going to derive the expression or Clapeyron's equation to determine the support moments, how to determine the support moments, with those support moments, how to find out the support reactions, with those moments and support reactions, how to plot the shear force and bending moment diagram for the given beam with loading conditions. Now I have taken span BC. Okay, I have taken span BC here. So as I told you already, Mx is nothing but bending moment due to vertical loads at a distance x from B. Okay, so when the load is acting, the beam will bend like this. We call it the sagging. Okay, we call it as a sagging bending moment or positive bending moment. When the moment is acting like this at B anticlockwise, like this, at C anticlockwise, the beam will try to bend upward. We call it as a auging bending moment. Auging bending moment. So the support moments will try the beam to bend upward, that is auging. So we call it as a negative bending moment. So if I try to write down the bending moment equation for this small strip, from solid mechanics, like mx is equal to ei d square y by dx square, that expression m is equal to ei d square y by dx square is equal to mx is positive, As I told you, sagging, positive bending moment. Mx dash is negative, hogging bending moment. Mx minus mx dash. Let us multiply on either side, on both sides by x, 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 x. So this x, okay, x is the CG distance from B in both the cases, and okay, if we integrate this between the limits 0 to L1, so ei x d square y by dx square into dx, 0 to L1 x mx into dx, minus 0 to L1 x m dash x or mx dash, whatever it is, into dx. Okay, so now this mx into dx is nothing but area of this small strip. So when I integrate for this entire bending moment over the span BC, I can call it as A1. A1. So A1 is nothing but area of the bending moment diagram due to vertical load on span BC, that is on span 1, which is nothing but A1. X1 bar is nothing but CG distance of this bending moment diagram on span BC from B, from the left hand B. Similarly, if you take here mx dash into dx is nothing but area of the small strip. So A1 dash is the area of this bending moment diagram due to support moments on span BC. I said but length L1. X1 bar dash is nothing but CG distance of this area on span BC from the left hand B. So for both the cases, reference point is B. It should be same even when you solve the problems. Okay. So now for right hand side, if we take means, for example, here if you go to the top figure, right hand side, x2 bar. Total happened x2 bar is nothing but CG distance of this area from D. Then what would be the area of this bending moment diagram on span CD A2? So I will get A2 x2 bar. I will get A2 x2 bar when I consider span CD. When I consider here span CD for this support moments, I will get A2 dash x2 bar dash, where A2 dash is nothing but area of this bending moment diagram due to support moments on CD, and x1 bar dash is nothing but CG distance of this x2 bar dash is nothing but CG distance of this bending moment diagram due to support moments on CD from D. Okay, you will see this in the next slide actually. Now I want to integrate this. So x into dy by dx ub minus integral v du concept. So by using that, I have integrated. I have applied the limits also here. Ei into applying the upper limits. L1 into dy by dx, that is 0 to L1. 0 is B. L1 is at C. Okay. Now L1 is at C means slope dy by dx at C minus y, that is at L1, that is at C. Yc is the deflection, minus lower limit x is 0. Then dy by dx slope at B minus we are applying lower limit B, that is at B, deflection at B. So this term will get cancelled as we are having 0 here multiplication, and B and C, okay, B and C are the simply supports. So at the simply supported ends, always the deflection is 0. So Yc is 0, Yb will be 0, and this term will go off. Now Ei L1, let me write dy by dx as theta suffix c, slope at C. So Ei L1 theta c is equal to A1 x1 bar minus A1 dash x1 bar dash. You can see here. Okay. So Ei L1 theta c is equal to A1 x1 bar minus A1 dash into x1 bar dash. Keep it as it is. Okay, keep it as it is. Now let us calculate A1 x1 bar, A1 dash x1 bar dash. A1 dash is nothing but I told you it's area of the bending moment diagram due to support moments on span BC. How will you find the area? Let me split this into one rectangle, one triangle, MB into L1 plus off into L1 into MC minus MB. So I get the total area of this. Total area of the bending moment diagram on span BC. Okay. Now x1 bar dash. So usually how will you calculate the x bar if any section is given? X bar is nothing but if two sections are given means A1 x1 plus A2 x2 divided by A1 plus A2. Just like the same thing. This diagram is a combination of a rectangle and triangle. So x1 bar dash is equal to this area, okay, MB into L1, area A1 into L1 by 2 is the CG distance for rectangle. So A1 x1 plus A2 is off into L1 into MC minus MB is the area of this. Here is the CG for this triangle. So 2 by 3 of L1, 2 by 3 of L1 divided by sum of these areas. That is A1 dash is nothing but the area divided by the area. So if you just simplify it, x1 bar dash, I'm getting L1 by 3 into MB plus 2MC divided by MB plus MC. So in the formula we are having A1 dash, x1 bar dash. So introduce this A1 dash here and x1 bar dash here. After simplification, you're getting A1 dash x1 bar dash is equal to L1 square by 6 into MB plus 2MC. Okay, so this is the expression for the top one is for BC, span BC. Okay, span BC. Okay, we have got for span BC. And when you just A1 x1 dash after substituting, when you make a cross multiplication, okay, you get this 6 EI theta C, and take this L1 to the right hand side denominator, you get 6 EI theta C is equal to A6 A1 x1 bar divided by L1 minus L1 into MB plus 3MC after rearranging. That is the equation 1. Now for span CD, similarly, you don't have to derive the entire steps. You can get this final expression very easily. Now you see here I have drawn the elastic curve or deflected curve of this beam. Okay, so when I try to measure, suppose for example, if I draw the tangent here, so when I try to measure the slope, that is angle, slope at C, when I try to measure from this tangent to the original position of the beam, it takes clockwise measurement, right? It takes a clockwise measurement. That's why theta C is plus. Here, draw the tangent. When I try to measure from the deflected curve or from the tangent to the original position of the beam, it takes anti-clockwise. That's why you're getting a minus theta C. Okay, minus theta C. Okay, so the slope at C on either side of the spans will be same, but if you look at the sign convention, here we'll have a plus for BC, and here we'll have minus for CD. Okay, let this equation be 2, for example. Since I am considering the span CD, that is the span 2, you can change the subscript 1 to 2, right? A2 x2 bar divided by L2, and this as it is replace 1 by 2, that is L1 to L2. Now here MD is the support we are having. In that case, MB was the left hand support. In this case, MD is the right hand support. C is the at C support is common to both the spans, so it will remain as it is plus 2 times MC. Let this equation be 2. So let me add these two slopes so that here plus and minus will get 0 term. Okay, so this term plus this term. So let me take this, let me keep this 6 A1 x1 bar by L1 and 6 A2 x2 bar by L2 on one side. You take the other two terms to the other side, so that the final term is MB into L1 plus 2MC into L1 plus L2 plus MD into L2 is equal to 6 A1 x1 bar by L1 plus 6 A2 x2 bar by L2. This is the Clapeyron's equation or Clapeyron's theorem of free moment equation to solve any continuous beam which is subjected to any number of loads. So in this case, we have assumed that the beam is made up of same material. That means Young's modulus remains constant, and it is a uniform beam. That which means that the cross section is same for span BC and CD. For example, if I have a different cross sections for BC, I'm having some other different cross section. So the moment of inertia I1, and for span CD, let the moment of inertia be I2, for example. So the Clapeyron's equation will be written as MB L1 by I1 plus 2MC L1 by I1 plus L2 by I2 plus MD into L2 by I2 is equal to 6 A1 x1 bar divided by L1 I1 plus 6 A2 x2 bar divided by L2 I2. Suppose span BC is made up of a different material and CD of the different material. Let E1 be the Young's modulus for span BC and the E2 be the Young's modulus for the span CD. Means MB into L1 by E1 I1 plus 2MC into L1 by E1 I1 plus L2 by E2 I2 plus MD into L2 by E2 I2 is equal to 6 A1 x1 bar L1 E1 I1 plus 6 A2 x2 bar divided by L2 E2 I2. So in this case, we assume that EI is constant, so that we cancel each other. So the final expression is MB L1 plus 2MC into L1 plus L2 plus MB into L2 is equal to 6 A1 x1 bar by L1 plus 6 A2 x2 bar divided by L2. This is the final expression or Clapeyron's equation, which we will be solving for getting the support moments, which in turn used for calculating support reactions, and hence we can plot the shear force and bending moment diagram. So let us solve this problem. Okay, a continuous beam A, B, C. Okay, so we are having two consecutive spans A, B, B, C of length 4 meter, 6 meter, which is subjected to UDL of 6 kilonewton per meter on span AB and 10 kilonewton per meter on span BC of length 6 meter. And all your BRC are the support reactions, unknown support reactions, and this is the equation. Okay, so MA into L1 plus 2MB into L1 plus L2 plus MC into L2 is equal to 6A1 x1 bar divided by L1 plus 6A2 x2 bar by L2. Okay, so here in this you can say that this is simply supported end. You could see here MA and MC. So as we all know that in solid mechanics, MA and MC would be 0 as the ends are simply supported. So 0 here, 0 here, substitute L1, L2 here. Okay, here also substitute. You will get the two unknowns A1 x1 bar and A2 x2 bar. How to find this A1 x1 bar and A2 x2 bar? We have to plot the bending moment diagram. So you can see here this is UDL. If I consider AB span as an individual simply supported beam, so if I try to calculate the bending moment at mid of AB, WL square by 8, W is 6 and L is 4 divided by 8. So 12 kilonewton meter is the bending moment. And the dash of the bending moment diagram is a parabola, so I have drawn a parabola. So this is the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads. Okay, due to vertical loads. Then BM, bending moment at mid of span BC, WL square by 8, W is 10, length is 6 divided by 8, you will get 45 kilonewton meter. And that's what the bending moment diagram for UDL is a parabola. So if I consider BC as individual simply supported beam, so this is my bending moment diagram for vertical load, that is due to vertical loads on span BC. So now I have completed my plot of new diagram or the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads. Vertical loads here in this case is nothing but UDL. Okay. Now A1 x1 bar. So A1 is the area of the bending moment diagram on span AB. So area will calculate for the parabola 2 by 3 into this length and this height. So 2 by 3 into 4 into 12 is the area. Okay, here is the CG. Half of length CG is line. So 4 divided by 2 from A. Okay, 64 is A1 x1 bar. So A2 x2 bar, A2 is the area of the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads on span BC. So 2 by 3 into 6 into 45 is the area. And half of the length from C is nothing but x2 bar. So 6 by 2 is nothing but 3. So 540 is nothing but A2 x2 bar. So if you just substitute A1 x1 bar and A2 x2 bar in this equation, if you simplify, you will get MB to be 31.8 kilonewton meter. So MA is 0 here, MC is 0, here MB is 31.8, draw by a straight line. So this is the bending moment diagram due to support moment, and this is the bending moment diagram due to vertical loads. So this is the resultant bending moment diagram for the given loading. Now with this MB, we will try to calculate RA, RB, RC, hence we can complete the shear force diagram also. Now in which direction this MB is acting? See here, when you take a support, it will act in a clockwise sense for AB, and for BC it will act in the anti-clockwise sense. Now let me consider AB with respect to B. I am going to take a moment. Okay, I am going to write on the moment equation with respect to B by considering what are the loads and the couples or the moments available that are available to the left side of the support B. Okay, left side of the support B. Okay, so RA into 4 clockwise with respect to B, 6 into 4 into 2 anti-clockwise negative, and this MB gives clockwise with respect to B, so plus MB. Substitute here, simplify it, RA is 4.05 kilonewton. And come to the span BC. Now I'm going to write down the moment equation with respect to B, by considering all the forces couples to the right side of the support B. RC into 4, right side, anti-clockwise positive, RC into 6, and 10 into 6 into 3, clockwise negative. With respect to B, MB is giving anti-clockwise positive. Okay, substitute here MB value, find out RC. Sigma Fy, all upward forces positive, all downward forces are negative. RA plus RB plus RC is equal to minus 6 into 4, minus 10 into 6. We get RB to be 55.25 kilonewton. Now when you sum up all the loads, I mean all the support reaction values, RA plus RB plus RC should be equal to the external loads that are acting on the beam, that is 6 into 4 plus 10 into 6. If it is not equal means you have made some mistake in calculating the, or in writing the bending moment equation, or in calculating the support reaction values. Okay. Now let us plot the shear force diagram. Let us plot the shear force diagram. Okay. Let us start from left. At A, RA is acting upward 4.05 kilonewton issued the vertical line. The positive will be plotted above the reference line and the negative will be below the reference line. So RA 4.05 kilonewton upward. Then at B, what would be the shear force? Okay, already we are having 4.05. Okay, and 6 usually is acting downward. So 4.05 minus 6 into 4, you will get 19.95. Minus 19.95. You plot it here. Look at a point connected by a straight line. So this is the nature of the shear force diagram. Nature of the shear force diagram, when you get a UDL, it's a straight line but inclined. Okay, inclined line. Okay. 4.05. Okay, 4.05 is acting upward positive. Then at B, I want to calculate. So 4.05 minus 6 into 4, that is minus 24. You will get minus 19.95. Locate a point here, connect it. So here your shear force is minus 19.95. At B, RB is acting upward plus, so minus 19.95 plus 55.25 is the RB value. If you add it, you will get 35.30 shear force positive at B. Then at C, okay, at C, 35.3 minus 10 into 6, minus 10 into 6, you will get minus 24.7, and you complete the shear force diagram. Even when you start from right, you will get the same answer. Suppose when I start plotting the shear force diagram from the right hand side, RC, the sign convention for the shear force diagram, when I start from right side means upward is negative, downward is positive. Now RC is coming out to be, by from calculation, 24.7, acting upwards, so negative, minus 24.7. UDL is acting downward, so it is positive. So minus 24.7 plus 10 into 6, you will get plus 35.3. So like that, you can do it from left hand side and complete at the right hand side, or you can start from right, complete at the left, or you can start from left, leave it in the middle, then start from right, complete at the middle. So this is what we have to plot the shear force diagram. Okay. So this is the final shear force and bending moment diagram. This is the final shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay, let us take this beam. Okay, having 4 supports at A, B, C, D. Okay, subject to anti-UDL of same magnitude 1.5 kilonewton per meter. So bending moment at mid span of AB, BC, CD remains the same because length is same, load is also same, WL square by 8. So you get 4.6875 kilonewton meter. So 4.6875, 4.6875, 4.6875. So when I consider all the 3 as individual supports or individually simply supported beam means, so I can draw one parabola here, and parabola here, WL square by 8, WL square by 8, WL square by 8. Okay. When I can, now we have to consider, well, that is, whenever you use a Clapeyron's method, you must have only 2 spans. Okay, now you have got 3 spans. How you have to use means AB, BC, okay, AB, BC, then BC, CD. Okay, so MA, MB, MC, MD, we are having 4 unknowns. Okay, out of 4, A and D will be 0 as it is simply supported end. Now MB and MC will be 2 unknowns. So to solve the 2 unknowns, we need 2 equations. Okay. So we will try to frame one equation from ABBC and another equation from BCCD. So from span ABBC, okay, MA into L1 plus 2MB into L1 plus L2 plus MC into L2 is equal to 6A1 x1 bar divided by L1 plus 6A2 x2 bar divided by L2. MA is 0 since simply supported. Then BCCD, MB into L2 plus 2MC into L2 plus L3 plus MD into L3 is equal to 6A2 x2 bar by L2 plus 6A3 x3 bar divided by L3 is the expression. MD is 0 since simply supported end. Now A1 x1 bar, how to find? See, I've just taken this diagram, same diagram again. So A1 x1 bar. See here, the beam is having same length, same load. So it's very simple to calculate A1 x1 bar because the loading is same throughout from A to D and the length is also same. So A1 X1 bar, that is a parabola, area of the parabola is nothing but 2 by 3 AB. So 2 by 3 AB, 2 by 3 into length into this height, 2 by 3 into 5 into 4.6875, and X1 bar is nothing but 5 by 2. Okay, for this. And if you try to calculate for A2 X2, same way, 2 by 3 A B into 2.5. And when I calculate for this BC, for the BC CD span, 2 by 3 A B, and B is the reference for BC CD, and this is my distance, CG distance. When I calculate for this, A3, 2 by 3 length, height into this is CG distance with respect to D. So the CG distance with respect to the reference is 2.5, and we are having same area throughout, so it will be equal 39.0625. So when you substitute A1 X1 bar, A2 X2 bar, A3 X3 bar, or A4 X4, whatever it is, whatever you got here, no A4 X bar, okay, A4, no A4 X4 bar, you have got 1, 2, 3 only, right? We don't have A4 X4, by mistake it is written here, written there. So you just, if you substitute here, A1 X1 bar, A2 X2 bar, and A3 X3 bar, you'll get the equation, okay? The equation will have in terms of MBMC and MBMC here also, two equations, two unknowns, two equations, two unknowns, okay? When I solve these two equations, I will get MB is equal to MC is equal to 3.75 kilonewton meter. Why we are getting same? Because same length, same load, same length, same load. So this is the bending moment diagram. Here it is 0, here it is 0 MB, and MB is 3.75 and MC is 3.75, just connected by a straight line. This is the bending moment diagram due to support moments, or mu dash diagram. When I just superimpose, when I try to add this with this, this is the final resultant bending moment diagram. Okay. Excuse me. Now bending moment diagram chapter is over. Now next, when I come to calculate the shear force, so here by mistake I written this A4 X4 bar. Don't consider that. Now show the direction of MB here for AB clockwise, for BC anti-clockwise, and MC for BC clockwise, and CD MC is anti-clockwise. Okay. Now for AB, with respect to B, I'm taking moment considering left hand side. Okay, left hand side, RA into 5 minus 1.5 into 5 into 2.5 plus MB. Okay, if you just simplify it, you will get RA is equal to 3 kilonewton. For span CD, with respect to C, consider all the loads or couples acting that are acting to the right side of the support C. Okay, RD into 5 anti-clockwise positive, and this is clockwise negative 1.5 into 5 into 2.5, and MC again anti-clockwise positive. Substitute here, get the answer for RD. Then ABBC, two spans. With respect to C, I am taking moment. Consider all the loads and couples that are acting to the left side of the support C. So RA into 10, RA into 10, RB into 5. This MB clockwise, anti-clockwise, same magnitude but opposite sign, it will get cancel each other. Then 1.5 into 10 into 5, anti-clockwise negative, and this gives clockwise with respect to C plus MC. Substitute, get the answer for RB. Then sigma Fy is equal to 0, RA plus RB plus RC plus RD minus 1.5 into multiply by the entire run length 15, you will get 8.25 kilonewton. Then let us come to the plot of shear force diagram, RA3. Then here this, how much we are getting? 3 minus 1.5 into 5, you will get this minus 4.5. Minus 4.5 plus RB 8.25, you will get 3.75. Then plus 3.75 minus 1.5 into 5, you will get minus 3.75. Then minus 3.75 plus RC. RC is how much RC is 8.25. So you will get plus 4.5. So plus 4.5 minus 1.5 into 5, you will get minus 3, which is nothing but RD. The support reaction value RD. You complete the diagram. So above the reference line, it is taken as a positive. Below the reference line, it is taken as a negative. So this is how you have to plot the shear force and bending moment diagram.